I was so career driven that I didn't prioritize relationships with friends, with family. It was cool to be successful and, travel and see a lot of different things, but it ended up for me leaving me empty in a lot of ways that I'm trying to make up for in my 30s.
I think that's part of just the masculinity.
Man, you're kind of cold in me. I don't know if I believe in love at first sight, but I believe I will know within the first few interactions.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Few interactions.
About 3 to 5 good interactions, man.
Girl walk up to you, hey! It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Shout out to my dog.
Bro, we get to wake up every single day, bro. You have an option on how your day goes. And I don't always do it, man. A lot of things have been sacrificed, I'm sure, in all of our lives for us to even be in the place that we're at, man. And so that keeps me in a very constant state of gratitude.
Keep it a buck. We back. It's your man, 6.
And it's your boy, J.E.
All right. And now we got a little special guest in the building. I said, "Lil, I apologize." So
you good, bro.
Yeah, look, because you CrossFit. So you actually kind of like jacked a little bit. Pause.
Wow.
But
My God.
Nah, he is.
We're going to start it off like that today.
No, I'm
Wow.
saying.
That's a lot of respect.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I appreciate that, bro.
you know what I mean?
Nah.
They don't.
I didn't take it offensively.
Yeah, I thought it was a compliment. But nah, I got a great friend of mine in the building. And correct me if I'm wrong on this, hailing from Atlanta by way of Tennessee and New Orleans.
Hey, that's spot on, bro.
Is it?
You got it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. My dog all over the South, man, for real, man. Right now doing software consulting and had a little stint on reality television we're going to get into, but really, really good friend of mine, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Oubre. Let's clap it up. Hey.
Appreciate that, fellas.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
What's going on, man?
Chilling, man. Chilling. I'm excited to be in Jacksonville. I haven't been in Jacksonville in like 10 years, man.
Long time.
Yeah,
Long time. We was talking about on the ride over here.
Uh-huh.
He never flew into Jacksonville. He would always just drive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
He would always just drive, right there from Atlanta. So first time flying it. How did you like the airport?
Small.
It is small.
Hey, but hey, that's easy. In and out, man.
That's what she said. A and C. What happened? What?
No, I was just saying.
Oh, yeah. I was saying what she said. Yeah. No.
Hopefully not.
Hey, they got the A terminal, C terminal, and that's it. A and C, that's it, man. We all good. Yeah. It's good to have you, man. Really quick, shout out Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. Appreciate the partnership as always. Got another home series coming up. Starting next Tuesday to Saturday. I don't even know if it's gonna be released before they get there. But start coming out to the games, man. Catching us out there. We're gonna be doing a lot of work. You're gonna see a lot of grit shown in our work efforts, and so we're excited about that. Jay got some ideas. I got some ideas. We got some ideas. Jumbo Shrimp ain't gonna never be the same. Never be the same. But more to the most important thing, you know how we started off.
Yes, sir.
J.E.'s Q&A. It's that time, but not me, though. I might give a side answer, but it's going to my dog this time. Let's do it.
Good old Ryan.
Yes,
welcome to the J.E. Keep It a Buck Q&A session.
Meow, meow, meow.
All right.
I've been waiting for it.
Ask you a few questions. We ask that you answer honestly.
No doubt. You got it.
We'll start off with this. What's one word that describes who Ryan is?
Ooh. One word. I would say determined.
Fire.
Determined.
Okay. On the roll.
Covers all bases.
Question 2. What do people misunderstand about you the most?
Yeah.
Got him going, Jarvis.
Yeah, you did that.
Got him going.
We started off strong, didn't we?
Yeah, we get right to it. Icebreaker.
I think the most misunderstood thing about me is that I care deeply about a lot of different things. Like, and to be it more specifically, I'm not the most outwardly emotion showing person. I'm not a very emotional person, like, in a one-on-one setting, but I think I feel deeply and I care deeply about a lot of stuff. And so I don't always publicly portray that maybe as well as I should sometimes. Letting people know you care, how you feel, expressing those things. So I think that gets misunderstood for standoffishness, quietness, not approachable.
Has that hurt you or helped you over time?
I think in my younger years, I think it helped me a lot. I think it helped me shield and block out a lot of different things, and almost like how I said, determined, like stay focused on what the goal is, what the mission is, what you're going after.
Right.
But I think later in life, like now, I think it's hurt me in a lot of ways because I think that there are a lot of misses that I've had because I didn't explain myself, because I didn't show, I was just scared to show emotion or, So yeah, younger, I think it helped me stay focused on, the mission, so to speak. But later in life, I'm like, man, you're kind of cold in a lot of scenarios, man.
Right.
You're kind of cold, my boy.
We all got a little bit of that, Toss. We all got a little bit of that.
Yeah.
I think that's part of just the masculinity, to be honest with you.
Facts. That's facts. That's facts.
Toxic masculinity.
Toxic.
That's what they say.
That's facts.
Shout out to my dog. Okay. What was your biggest failure and what did you learn from that experience?
Man, you thought about these. You had
Oh,
these ready to go.
yeah.
Questions easier than mine.
Does everybody get the same questions? Or
No. This is specifically for you. We change this up for every guest.
That's crazy.
My question about my family, like jumping out of planes and stuff. And,
Definitely your mama.
which one I'm choosing, my mom or my son, Like,
yeah.
Wow.
I think my biggest failure, I think in my 20s, I was so career driven that I didn't prioritize relationships with friends, with family. Man, if I'm being super vulnerable, I think about like my grandfather who passed away, a couple years ago, and I didn't prioritize relationships with him, with family. And so I was so career focused. I was so success. I got to do this. I got to hit this checkbox, man. I think, again, it kind of goes along with the previous statement of like, it kind of hamstrung me because, again, it was cool to be successful and, travel and see a lot of different things. But it ended up for me leaving me empty in a lot of ways that I'm trying to, I don't want to say recover from, that's kind of dramatic, but make up for in my 30s, as I get towards my mid 30s. Yeah.
You getting there? You feel?
Ooh, yeah.
Because you're right in the middle of your 30s, right?
Yeah, bro. I feel like I'm 33, about to be 34. But in some ways, man, like, I don't know, you call it the past few years of like, really learning yourself and discovering yourself and like being humble enough to like recognize when you fall and, take that feedback, bro. Like, it's almost like I got a new lease on life, man. Like right now.
Nice.
Yeah. It feels like, I don't want to say the blinders are off, but like I'm outside of my comfort zone and it feels good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a little growth there.
Trying to
see that. Getting outside your comfort zone.
Took me 33 years, but yeah, we're getting there.
Good. Do you believe in love at first sight?
It's a good question, bro. That's a great question, man. I don't know if I believe in love at first sight, but I believe I will know within the first few interactions. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes?
That's all it
few interactions?
That's all
about 3 to 5 good interactions, man. And I'm like, I can see where this is going.
Girl walk up to you, hey. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
That ain't gonna cut it.
Hey. It's not gonna work. It's happened before. I've seen it's actually happened. She walked up, hey.
What if she really into you and that's how she feeling?
Hey, how are
like,
you? Good. All right, cool. Let's walk out. Hey.
That's gonna cut it.
You gonna keep going.
Yeah.
No. Ryan might like a hey.
It's like an interview. It's like an interview.
That's
teach his own. Teach his own. Teach his own.
Yeah.
It's like an interview, They know if they're gonna hire you or not. By the way you say hello.
You cooking with that one.
I'm telling you.
You cooking with that one.
Yeah.
You cooking with that one.
Okay. Do you feel like social media paints a different picture of who you really are?
At this point in life, I've intentionally been a little bit more reserved on social media. So those days have passed. Man, I think about it like, I think about it obviously because of the show and, my past of what I've done. Bro, like if I'm being transparent and like, when I rewatch the show back, when I watch it live, it's like, man, if I was watching this and I saw someone, doing these things are kind of reserved and quiet, I would probably feel a way too. I would probably have my judgments and thoughts. So like from a social media aspect, I don't know if it answers your question, but I understand it is what I'm saying. Like I understand the picture that gets painted or the thought process that gets painted behind, who I am.
Yeah.
No, and I only ask that because we've had guests and I know people outside of social media and also who've been on shows that are completely different than what the show portrays them to be.
Right.
Honestly, bro, I don't think I'm too far off of what the show paints me at times, but I think there's a lot of context that gets missed that doesn't get filled in. So I get put into a very rigid box. Yeah.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of wild. And you don't have enough time to rectify any of that.
No. What, bro? What gets put out there is in the contract says in perpetuity forever. So
you ain't in control, guy.
Yeah. You're not that guy, pal. You know, so I
sit back.
Yeah,
enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. You're along for the ride, my boy. You know, put your seatbelt in. But it is what it is, bro. It comes with the territory, man. You come to peace with it. You know, I'm at peace with it.
Cool. What would you say is your biggest pet peeve?
Yeah, my biggest pet peeve for sure. That's a joke to the show. For sure is outlook on life. And what I mean by that is like, bro, it might sound David Goggins-y, cheesy, man, but like, bro, we get to wake up every single day, bro. And like,
facts.
You have an option on how your day goes. And I don't always do it, man. Some days I wake up and I'm like, you know, I don't know. I'm letting life get to me. But like, if you don't have like a true zeal and passion and like love for life and love for what you're doing and an optimism of what's around the corner and what's coming, bro, like it's a blessing to wake up every day, bro. And if we can't share that together, I'm gonna have a tough time. Yeah, I'm gonna have a tough time. Like a lot of things have been sacrificed, I'm sure, in all of our lives for us to even be in the place that we're at, man. And so that keeps me in a very constant state of gratitude. And if we can't share that gratitude together, bro, it ain't gonna work out, my boy.
In a nutshell, how much complaining until you get, you gotta go?
Ooh.
How much complaining does she have to do?
Ooh.
And maybe not even a she, maybe, you know, your homeboys, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Probably them too.
Ooh.
How much until it's like, they gotta hear from you now?
I gotta hear both sides of the fence because I think I don't live in this perpetual state of being happy. Like happy is a feeling like that.
Say that.
Feelings are fleeting, you know
Say
what I'm saying?
that.
Yeah,
That's
feelings are
dropping
fleeting.
gems, y'all.
Say that.
Feelings are fleeting. So like to think you're gonna wake up and it's like rainbows and sunshine every day, like that's not my expectation because I don't live in a world like that. But I think what grounds me is even in the worst days, you still realize, you know, what the blessings in front of you, the opportunities in front of you. So like how many times, it's not necessarily even how many times, it's can you recalibrate and recenter yourself? Like, do you have that skill set?
Right.
Because again, bro, like I've gone through stretches of a day, week, 2 weeks. I'm like, man, like life is getting to me. You know, life is challenging right now. But even in tough moments, can you ground yourself back? So I don't think it's like a limit. I think it's more of a mindset that I can recalibrate and keep my eyes focused on what's important. Yeah.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan, you're such a quiet guy, but do so much that people don't even know of, like behind the scenes and things that you do. What would you say you're most passionate about?
Yeah. Ooh, I'm passionate about a lot of things, man. Most passionate about. I've really enjoyed, you know, I've been in the fitness space for probably, you know, kind of all my life, man. I grew up, you know, playing football, so weightlifting, staying in shape, stuff like that. But passionately, like helping others with their fitness journey. And like, you know, I've actually started posting on Instagram a little bit more.
I saw that.
About, you know, the fitness stuff that I'm doing, man, because like, you know, I've coached CrossFit for a couple years now, man. So I'm passionate about people, I don't want to say rediscovering themselves, but health and wellness through fitness. And bro, that doesn't have to be CrossFit. That could be Orange Theory. That could be going for a walk. That could be whatever, man. Like moving your body, man. Because I think there's a lot of happiness and joy that you can bring yourself outside of all the day-to-day stuff that people deal with, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Yeah, bro.
Nice. Last question.
Last one. I'm off the hot seat.
If you had the power to change one event in your life, what would it be?
He thought about these.
Yeah,
He thought about these.
When
man.
Jarvis told me we had you coming, I said, okay, I got to get in my bag with this.
You
one.
ain't weeding.
And I'm not going to ask just the sweet questions, the easy ones. I want to make you think a little bit.
I've been on a few podcasts, man. I don't think I've been asked that one. That's a good one. One event in my life.
Keep it a
It
buck.
could be anything, man. Please keep it a buck.
Mm-hmm. One event in my life.
We do.
And I would change it. Like I would change the outcome.
It could be anything. One event in your life. If you had the power to change it, what would it be?
Ooh. I think if I could have changed it, I started moving around a lot for work around age 25, 26. While I am grateful for those experiences, I think it took me off center. And I don't want to say we all have our journeys, right? Like, so like I'm not ungrateful for the journey and the things but I think it took me off center in chasing career, in chasing success, and chasing, whatever, a bank account or the next promotion. And that consumed me. Like that consumed me so much. It was like, I got to get to this next thing. I got to get to this next thing. And I put a lot of things on hold because of that. And again, I'm grateful for, where my feet are right now. But if I could go back, I think my life would be different in a lot of ways if I didn't chase success so early in life and throw everything to the side because of that.
Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it.
JEQ&A.
Survived it, baby. Good shit.
That's it, man. I appreciate
That was hard. That was hard.
That was good, man.
So I want people to understand, because obviously being friends with you and being friends with Chad for so long, I want people to understand kind of, it's interesting to me where you get your background from.
Yeah.
It's interesting where you get your morals from, where you get your, your ethics from. And so we said it before, you are in Atlanta, from Atlanta, by way of Tennessee, New Orleans. That's three like completely different worlds, So which one of those worlds are you most, do you most identify by? And what have you taken from each of those places, being young?
Yeah, man. New Orleans will always have a place in my heart. That's where my aunts, uncles, cousins, my grandmother, my last living grandparent lives. So that place always has a special place in my heart. Tennessee is like the place where I fell in love with like sports and like team bonding and all that type of stuff. I'm a Titans fan. I'm a Vols fan. So like, that's where, shout out. Oh, my bad.
Cut the shot.
Yeah, cut it. My bad, bro.
It's sensitive. I played at Florida, so hearing that you're in Tennessee, that volunteers won't cut it in here. Man.
I still remember.
What's your record against them?
Ooh, that's a good question.
What years are you there?
Oh, we beat Tennessee every year.
I was about to say, I think 4-0.
That was the bad years, man.
Nah, y'all had Eric Berry my freshman year.
Eric Berry.
That was a good year.
Man, shout out Eric Berry.
Shout out to EB, man.
He was fired.
Yo, yeah,
definitely fired.
He could get down. Yeah, bro. But yeah, Tennessee, I would say like sports. That's where I kind of grew that. And then Atlanta, man. Atlanta, I grew up in like a very rural area in like North Georgia. So, my experiences growing up, my parents are always like, hey, man, you should come back to Woodstock. You should come back here more often. And it's not that I have anything against Woodstock because it raised me and it molded me to the person that I was. But I grew up very much in a vacuum and very much a bubble. And so like branching out and going to Kennesaw State and then moving in, downtown Atlanta, I would say Atlanta is the place that is where I like grew up as a kid, but like grew up as in my 20s, grew up in my 30s. I'm still, hopefully I'm grown up by now, but I'm still growing in a lot of ways. And I think Atlanta is responsible for a lot of it.
I got one for you.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tennessee.
Yeah.
Are you a Chris Stapleton fan?
Oh yeah. Okay. We can get down. Yeah. We can get down to country.
I rock with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Chris Stapleton's that guy. Yeah.
Connections.
That's what it is. So you have those three outlooks, right?
Yeah.
Has any of those, ways of life or lessons you've taken from each place, have they hindered you in any way? Have you gotten to grow up, experience, life, how you experienced it, but then in a spotlight now, right?
Yeah.
And then you have to look back. Sometimes some things work, some things don't, you know? What has kind of, I won't say failed you, but what has been like, man, like, in my world now, I can't do this anymore. I can't think this way anymore. I can't feel this way anymore. Which one, like, what has come from one of those three places where it's like, I got to grow out of that way of thinking?
Yeah. Again, mom and dad are probably gonna watch, but bro,
I love you.
Hey, shout out mom, shout out dad.
Man, I love y'all to death.
Shout out y'all, I love you.
Man, I love y'all to death. I love them, I really do, though.
Bro, I just think, man, where I grew up, man, it was such this bubble and vacuum, man. And when you're growing up as a kid, like if there's something that I've had to retrain myself, man, and I think it's in all of us, you want to be accepted so bad, bro. Like you're like, middle school, high school, like this is it, bro. Like this is the peak. This is the bubble that I live in. This person is cool. I got to be like them. This person is cool. I got to be like them, bro. And then you look up 20 years later, and like, no disrespect to what they're doing in life, but I'm not sure if they're
all doing nothing. Everybody that was cool in middle school ain't doing nothing.
Definitely ain't doing a damn thing.
Nothing.
You said it, not me. But bro, you look back and like, bro, you're starting to learn like habits and like skills of like how you're gonna live the rest of your life. So like, I look back at my life and like the people pleaser in me, I gotta stand out. You know, like those things are getting ingrained in you in like elementary, middle school, high school. And so now as a 33-year-old man, you look back and it's like, bro, I don't care what people think about me. I lived the first 25 years of my life trying to make sure everybody thought I was cool. I was doing this and doing that. And there ain't nothing more that'll humble you than going on national TV and trying to do that, bro. So it's like, whether you like me or not, like I can't control those things. And I ultimately have to be me. I have to be me. Because if you're somebody else, man, they're going to pull your card on the division. Yeah, bro. So going back to that, man, like the people pleasing, approval for likes, like you got to leave that stuff behind. I had to know that.
Did you leave it behind on the show?
Bro, it humbled me. Yeah. I mean, hey, if I'm keeping it a buck, bro, like
buck kept.
go. I'm looking in the camera right here. Go on a national TV show and anything that has ever felt insecure, uncomfortable is gonna get poked at, bro, and it's gonna make you deal with it. I mean, you got one of two ways. You can accept it. You can be humbled by it, and you can learn from it, or you can lash out against it. I mean, I don't. The choice is yours. But for me, like that humbled me, bro. Like it really did. In a lot of positive ways. Because again, you see the comments, you see the thoughts, you see, and some of it's funny. You're like, there's 2 or 3 comments like in the boys group chat. Screenshot. It's funny.
Y'all still keep in touch.
Oh yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
And it's funny in certain ways, but again, it like makes you hold a mirror to yourself in some ways. Now, again, I'll say this, in fairness to people who go on reality TV, I think there's some things get blown out of proportion. I think it's a little thing and then a lot of things get added to it. But bro, like all jokes have a little bit of truth. So like what you're seeing on the TV, I don't know. You have to sift through, and it's tough for a viewer to sift through what's true and what's not. But like I said, all jokes and all little blurbs have a little bit of truth to it, in my opinion.
I want to know how long it took you to get comfortable with a camera literally following you guys around.
Never. You never do. And I try to consider myself a self-aware person, but like, honestly, like being here, like you're aware that the camera's in front of you, to a certain extent, and it's a different setting. And, I don't think narratives or storylines are being pushed in this setting. So in that setting, you're like, well, you want me to talk about this? Like, I don't know. That doesn't necessarily come up in the run of conversation. On my first date, I'm not talking to you about sex. Like, that's probably not happening. Right. On the second date, I'm not asking you about your W-2. Like, maybe I should. Like, on the third date, I'm not asking you, do you want to have kids? Maybe now, I don't know, but like back then, like that wasn't it. So like the awareness of that camera on you is always there, in my opinion.
So you're rushing through everything.
You have to. I mean, in that experience, I think you have to. Again, forgive me for being ignorant. I didn't realize I didn't equate, or like I didn't understand that timeline. Like, bro, you say you're going to say yes to somebody on an 8-week timeline.
That's wild. Work is nasty too.
That's tough, bro. That's tough. And you don't really get to have a say in it. There's another show, that's on Netflix. I'm probably going to say Love is Blind. But that show, at least you get to have a conversation. Like,
right.
Can I have
So how long was it from the time they said, hey, we want you on the show, to the time you said I do, or more like I will?
Yeah.
Like, you better.
Well, yeah.
So what was that? How long was that time frame?
I want to say like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
That's wild.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, that sounds right. A week and a half, 2 weeks. It's like, hey, you're going through the process. You're doing, it was COVID. So we're doing like Zoom. It's kind of like, not standoffish, but
right.
A lot of COVID protocols. You go through like, the interview, and you say, you're telling your homeboy, you're like, I think I'm getting kind of close. Like, they brought a camera crew now. Right. They want to meet again in 2 more days. It's like, I think I'm getting whittled down. And then the last one, when they're telling me, I'm like, oh shoot, like, I think they're about to do this. And they're like, congratulations, you're getting married next week. And you're like,
oh, wait,
yeah.
Nah. Wait, so
run it back.
You didn't know you were going to be so people go through that process and they don't get chosen for the show?
From what it sounds like, yeah, bro.
Wow.
Because like not offhanded, but like side conversations happen, and it's like, oh, well, there's this one person get interviewed, but they didn't make it. There's this one person, so you have to. In my brain, I don't know this to be true, but it sounds like it's rounds and rounds and rounds. You know,
wow.
It's like Survivor. You know, people getting cut. Yeah.
I got to know how much of it is real and how much of it is cap.
Ooh. I will tell you this, bro. Like every conversation that we had was real. And like, man, I'm not too proud to say this, bro. I think that there is always like a connection or like a mutual respect that I will have for that individual because we went through that together. So like, was it real in that sense? Like, yeah, for sure, bro. Like to spend that amount of time, especially during COVID. So like, we're not only filming all the time together, we're living together. Like, and I'm working from home. Like we are together. Like, bro, there's a connection. I think it'd be a lie to say there's not a connection that will always exist in the sense of we have a shared experience. You know what I'm saying by that? So like in that aspect, bro, like those conversations are real for sure. But I would say the way conversations went or like the order of like, bro, it's tough to have a natural conversation because me like, bro, what were we talking about on the ride? We were talking sports, bro. We were talking current events. Like a lot of that stuff you can't really talk about because we have a timeline and we're filming. We're trying to make a show, bro.
Right.
So like, I really don't care that you like the Braves that much or like you like the Vols that much or you like CrossFit.
Where normally you would.
Well, yeah, where I would. Yeah.
Right.
And that's in a normal flow of a conversation. So like to answer your question about like what's real, it's tough because again, like your cadence of a natural conversation like this gets thrown off because it's like, pause that, talk about this. It's like, okay.
All right. I think that kind of changes the narrative a little bit though.
For sure. Oh yeah, it definitely does, bro. Because like, you just started dating somebody. Like you might have had a long day at work and you came home and it's like, let's talk about kids right now. You just
give me the FICO score right now.
Give me the FICO score right now. And tell me why it's this. I want to see the budget for the next year. You don't budget? Why don't you budget? Why is the bathroom like that? You know what I'm saying? So you're jumping from all these conversations. And so, yes, it's real, but it's like, is that natural? Like,
perspective.
That's the tough part.
Perspective.
Yeah.
Have you shared this perspective before?
Probably not in this much detail. Yeah,
that's wow.
And it's tough, bro, because again, like, it's almost like an uphill battle.
Right.
At a certain point, you're trying to fight the narrative. Like when it's happening and you're seeing the Instagram comments, you're like, like I gotta like, no, that's not what happened. I'm gonna comment back. No, I'm not. And like at a certain point, bro, you just gotta put your hands up, bro.
What do I do now?
Tell me. Because like I said, like, put your seatbelt on, bro.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, I tip my hat off to you.
Appreciate it.
Because I'd have looked like a damn villain on the show, bro.
You wouldn't have did it?
No, I'm saying I'd have looked like a villain. If you skipping through conversation or I gotta kind of talk about specific things that's gonna probably, I guess, go viral or look better for content, think about what you skip through to get to that main point. It might be 10 good questions he had, to like natural questions, but they wanted to expound on sex or something else that was a little bit more graunchy, where it's like, yo, this the picture that's being painted about me.
I wouldn't have been able to hide the sarcasm.
Bro,
I wouldn't have been able to hide it.
Bro, there are two or three scenes that we have filmed that are just, just floating out in oblivion, bro. Or I'm like you're watching. I watch the show live as you're watching. You're like, Jesus, please, bro, please just show this.
Right.
Just show this and give the world some context.
Right. And they won't show it.
No, bro. No. Like because, dog, at the end of the day, you I'm an actor. Like reality TV people are actor. Right. And you fit into a character mold. Yes, it's reality, bro. But now we've got our villain. Now we've got the shy guy. Now we've got the party dude. And so like you're fitting into these typecasts. And once they got you typecast, they can't go, you can't go against that narrative of what you're typecast. You gotta
rock with that now.
So it's like, bro, will you please show this? Will you please add this? And you got to put your hands up, bro. You got to put your hands up.
What was your role? What were you typecast as, in your opinion?
I think I was typecast as the conservative, reclusive Christian dude, and not conservative from a political standpoint, but like conservative from a I don't go out past 9 o'clock. I have my routine. If anything goes against that routine, this ain't gonna work. And yeah. So I got typecast into that, man. That's not the worst, because there was worse on the show. There's different roads this thing could have gone for sure. But yeah, once you're in your character, bro, that's it. That's a wrap for you.
Heavy routine. So, you're a fan of Ashton Hall. You a fan?
That boy up at 3:30,
Hey, bro.
That boy
Get to it.
3:38.
That boy is locked in.
That boy had one segment that said, "What do you mean why I'm up at 3:58? Like, I have a routine. If I break that routine, I'm not gonna get to the money. Now we got to do 10,000 today." Said that on the balcony. Said that on the balcony. Somebody questioned him about his routine that he works with. Clearly,
That's
It's crazy. I didn't know he was from Jacksonville.
from Jacksonville.
That's wild.
He played in it college or NFL.
Couldn't tell you.
I think he played college running back.
I think he played in college.
Yeah. Yeah, I
He be
saw that.
sliding, he be hauling behind,
Yeah, he can run.
He can't run. No,
Shout
but
out to the dog.
yeah, that's crazy. No, so I guess what I want from you, if you don't mind, I want to get into the effects of the show.
Yeah.
On you.
Yeah.
In your life. What it meant to you in a positive way, what it meant to you in a good God, I wish I didn't go through this way. Ultimately asking the question, like, do you regret it?
Who?
So,
I'll say unequivocally, I don't regret it. Would I do it again? That'd be a tough sell. That'd be a really, really tough sell for me to do it again. How did it affect me, man? I would say again, like the first 6 months, bro, it's just like this avalanche, like whirlwind. Like friends are reaching out. You're not really responding to texts like you used to. You're not really coming around like you used to.
he brand new.
Yeah.
Cutting up.
People are like, talk to me. How do you feel? Like, bro, there's an aspect we were together for almost a year after the show. So like we're trying to figure out, like communication, and dang, we know how this conversation happened, but the world doesn't see it that way. So it's tough. But like after that first 6 to 8 months, bro, like I think I said it to you earlier, man, like going on a TV show, if you don't have thick skin, it forces you to have thick skin.
Right.
Like there's no ands, ifs, buts, maybes, kind of sorters about it. Like after a while, bro, you can only call me the same thing so many times where it's like, well, that's kind of old. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you used to it. So like at that point, you build a callus to it. But the toughest part, bro, again, if I'm being super vulnerable, is the effects on like my mom and like my dad. And like, bro, they're proud of their son, and they should be, man. Like my parents, raised two incredibly great, strong kids, man, in very unique, circumstances for their families and where they're at in life, bro, man. So like, my dad said to me multiple times, you won't understand until you have a kid. And so, see, man,
Go ahead. Let it out.
Yeah.
you see your mom like wanting to protect her baby son so much, bro. And she's saying, why are they saying this about you? This is not true. Mom, I know it's not true. You have to know it's not true. You raised me. You know it's not true.
You have to know it's
You
not
have to
true.
know it's not true. And bro, that stuff, even it's been 3-4 years later, bro, like the comments, but you can say whatever about the comments. You can comment, you can DM me after this podcast and say whatever you want to me. But just don't mess with moms, man. Don't mess with
Right.
that was the tough part, bro. And again, I'm to the point where I'm like, Mom, turn your Instagram on private, bro. Like, turn it off. Like, stop. And again, like, I think there's, I don't know if I don't want to speak for her, but there's not a sense of embarrassment for me. She knows who I am, but it's like, bro, we've raised two incredibly strong men in interesting time to be alive with social media and all these different things. Why are people treating him like this? And that was tough for me to realize. It took me some time. So I would get mad at my mom. I'd be like, Mom, just turn it off. Just if I have too many comments, I cut it off. And it's like, she kept. And it was tough. It was tough, bro. And I think there's a lot of peace looking back on that, man. If there's anything that I'm thankful for, you asked like what I'm thankful for out of it, man. I've never had a stronger relationship with my mom going through that experience, because even in the highs, the lows, man, we got into some, I'm keeping it a buck, bro. We got into some arguments, bro. We really did. We got into some difficult conversations, man. And on the other side of that, man, again, not to get preachy with you, man, but God is working, bro. Like
Say that.
That's all I can say, man.
God-led podcast.
Yeah.
Say that.
And so I'm just, that's why I never say that I regret it, because there was a purpose to it all, ultimately.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Wow, man.
I think it's tough. And to your mama's standpoint, as a parent, I'm a parent, Jarvis is a parent.
Yep.
Right.
I don't know if you have no kids yet. I think the hardest part is to know who your child really is and to deal with the perception of what social media or the world think your child is. So you battle that. I'm sure mama in them comments.
Bruh.
Mama want to smoke. You see what I'm saying? Mama, look, she reading into it because it's bothering her because you already turned off. It ain't going to bother you. You already into the active mode. You already into, hey, I moved on with my life.
Facts.
She hasn't moved forward of, nah, y'all going to stop talking about my boy like that.
That's it, bro. Spot on.
Mama's a protector.
I'll say this, the piggyback off of that, the hardest thing, I ain't even been there yet because my boy is 14. But I know the hardest thing that is going to happen when we get older is standing on your work as a parent.
Mm-hmm.
The world will make it feel and make it seem as if you've done wrong or you messed up or you fell short somewhere or you didn't have, your upbringing wasn't good enough to then bring your child up. And it's like the world can't respond to you. Even though they can comment, they can write. You can't go, world, why are you doing this? Quiet. Right? So you have to find some way to stand on your parenthood. And the only way you can do that is you don't know.
Right.
How can you know? You know? If your child goes out there and struggles and messes up, because their mind is messed up over being on a show or being on reality TV, it's like, did you mess up? Like, did he mess up? Did she mess up? You don't know. But I don't think it's stand on it because it's right or wrong. Stand on it anyway.
Right.
That's how you get over that. You stand on your parenthood no matter what.
Hey, bro, the word says, train a child up in the way that he should go. So when he gets old,
he will not depart from it. And probably right after that should have been, and you'll be all right.
And you'll be all right.
And you'll feel all right. You stand on your parenthood, stand on the amount of time you were there, the things you instilled, because your children are going to go through things that are not ideal. Your children are going to go through things that they're going to have to get themselves out of.
Right.
They're going to have to. And you're going to have to trust that you did enough. It may not look orthodox. It may not look, standard, but at the end of the day, they'll get out of it.
Without a doubt.
And then they'll get out of it what they need to get out of that,
I think, too, as parents, definitely a little old school. I don't think they understand that the internet is undefeated. You're not winning against the internet.
Boy.
You're not winning against the internet.
I will.
Back
you
and
can't,
forth.
bro.
It's going to carry on forever.
We will.
I got a funny story, bro. Funny story. If my mother was here, because I lost my mom when I was 13, she'd probably be like how your mom was. But my senior year at UF, we played Texas A&M, first game of the year. And I was having a great game, first quarter. A few tackles in, I'm getting to it.
Yep.
And I think it was the second quarter, got my ass bucked. And I ran over, took a helmet to my collarbone, and I felt damn near paralyzed. Went down. They kept showing the hit on repeat. It was bad. Probably one of my worst plays ever. Y'all don't go look that play up on YouTube. Please don't. I caught hell for it the whole year. And it was a little running back too. Went down. No bullshit. It was all fun and games to after that game when I was a meme and I had a whole obituary, bro, about how I died that day. Jesus. And I'm looking at it because everybody going crazy on Twitter. I'm like, my mother probably would have had a heart attack. Like reading that with them talking about her son and making jokes to where parents can't separate. It's the internet. You get what I'm saying?
That's facts, bro.
It's a loss. You can't go back and forth. You can't make a comment. And as soon as you do, you just add to the fire.
It's quicksand, man.
Oh, my God.
Because then you're going to get screenshotted for your reply.
Right.
And then it's going to be bouncing around. You can't do it,
You got to be in control.
You just got to you got to know who you are.
One phase I live by is he or she who angers you controls you. Never get somebody the satisfaction of a reaction.
Yeah, you did say that before.
I did. Big Jim.
Spot on.
Thumbnail.
Who told you that?
It's me.
You told us that?
No. I heard it years ago from somebody.
That's gotta get a shirt.
Yeah, I had to steal it.
When we do merch, we got to get a shirt that say that.
We got to add that quote to it.
For real.
Yeah.
You got to figure out who said it, though.
I got to repeat it one more time. He or she who angers you controls you. Never get somebody the satisfaction of a reaction.
What if they get mad for you like ignoring them, though? Like you just ignore them, you go, all right, it's cool. Don't worry about it. And then they still get mad.
Can't entertain it.
Like you make them, okay.
It's growth.
It is growth.
It's growth.
I sound like a divorced man, don't I? Yeah. I'm like, man, hold
You
on,
haven't
man.
mastered that just yet, huh?
Hey, look, I'm a work in progress.
Okay, I hear you.
I'm a work in progress.
Hey,
I need help.
hey, my sister told me the other day that emotions are nailed to the cross. I said, oof.
Oh, y'all full of the sayings.
Yeah, she said emotions are nailed to the cross.
That's
Lord have
fast,
mercy. Right?
Y'all had sayings growing up like that?
Boy.
Oh, y'all
man.
pop was pop. Okay.
Pop said it to her. She
Okay.
said it to me. I said, okay, say less.
All right.
Say less.
Can't let your emotions control you, bro.
Can't. Can't.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Post show, you said 3 to 4 years.
Yeah. It's been coming up on 4 years.
Okay. There's no how do I ask this? How are you, and you said it would be a hard sell for you to do it again.
It would be.
Is there anything in entertainment that you would do, or is there anything that would be advantageous for you to, maybe keep up some sort of momentum in the spotlight? What does that look like for you?
Yeah, bro. I mean, back to the fitness stuff, man. It's been a dream, man, to open a gym. Like I've actively searched for locations and places around Atlanta, man. So it's, I would like to connect those two. Obviously there's a following now and there's a backing, locally and, around the area, man. I would love to open a gym. And I don't think it wouldn't be specifically a CrossFit gym. I think I would offer a lot of different things. I would offer, CrossFit and weightlifting and burn boot camp, man. I would love to, that'll be a passion project of mine one day for sure. Yeah.
You doing this with people? Or is it just you?
I'm trying to do it by myself. Yeah. I'm trying to. We'll see. Because, man, don't get me wrong. I am still, career motivated, and I have aspirations to, stay in corporate America. But I would want to do it in conjunction with it. So that's kind of like the challenge, of keeping a 9-to-5 job while also trying to, open a small business. I'm speaking to the crowd. Huh?
Okay. What location would you be thinking of possibly doing that in?
Man, I'm staying in Atlanta, bro.
That's the Mecca, bro. I
think
you can't go wrong in Atlanta.
Let me tell you something.
You cannot go wrong.
They get that Atlanta, bro. His brother, Chad, be selling that. So it's 6 of us in our group chat, though. It's 6 of us in our group chat. We had 4 in Florida. No, we had 5 of them in Florida. 1 in Georgia. This man done sold Atlanta so much.
But they all done moved to Georgia.
It's 2-4 now.
They all done moved to Georgia.
This man to be able to open up a gym in Atlanta with no damn gym equipment and still have goddamn 200 people signed up. Y'all don't need much in Atlanta. You don't need much.
You don't need much.
I seen a gym in Atlanta with just a damn brick. They doing step-ups and twists and crunches.
That's what I was thinking of,
What
bro.
you saying, man?
A damn brick, bro. They in there doing step-ups on a brick.
Yeah, Atlanta different, though.
And they'll pack out a gym. They'll pack out a public park. Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, they do it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Gray. His lady owns Vegan House of Pancakes.
Nice.
And we went and pulled up. When we pulled up, we ordered, we sit down, we talk, and 5 minutes later, a mobile barbershop pulled up.
No.
Like a mobile barbershop. My man opened the back, like a chair in there. Like,
you're right.
like I'm talking, it's wild. It's wild, dog. Like entrepreneurs everywhere in Atlanta.
I got to check it out. I saw Jermaine Dupri pull up.
He did right after we left.
Pancakes in Atlanta.
Right after we left. Nah, she's fire. She's fire.
That's crazy.
She's fire. But Atlanta is it, man. Like everybody, like they get there. And I think I would have moved there if I didn't have kids out of college.
You'd have been a wild
If I didn't have it, no, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you would.
They don't like big boys in Atlanta.
Little country boy.
They don't like big boys.
Little country people, y'all get out the country and start acting a little different. Little country people.
That's because we realize, everybody not as geeky as we are. You know what I mean? Once we realize that, it's like, oh, okay, y'all ain't scared of y'all.
Ryan,
That's it, right?
You mentioned something about acting earlier.
Yeah.
Is that also a field you would probably pursue?
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not.
That's up through.
Wait, why not?
Well, I brought it up in the context of the show. Like,
okay.
You're an actor in the sense of like, yes, you're reality, but like an actor plays a part and it's like a character, man. So like, I think, again, back to the show a little bit, it's like you're filling a role, you're filling a space. Like think of like any, movie you've seen or any TV show. Like if you break it down, bro, you can put people in slots and fill them in the slots of like, this is the main character. This is the love interest. This is the crazy best friend. This is the friend that never dates the right dude. So like you slot yourself into those individual things, but no, I don't want to act.
You
Bro.
can't.
I think you'd be a great actor, man.
Young Denzel in the making, man. Stop playing.
No, man, we just trying to find us a nice God-fearing woman, my boy, and call it a day. You know what I'm saying? Keep God first.
Hey, got to keep God first.
Keep God first, my boy.
Hey, whatever you do and whatever you go through,
You got to keep God first.
you
my boy.
got to keep God first, though.
Keep God
You
first.
got to. Please, you keep him second, boy. He gonna let you know. He gonna let you know
Yes,
he
sir.
know.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I know you were
keeping.
keeping me second.
He ain't gonna let you slide, my boy.
Yeah. Oh, I gave you that. You ain't say thank you, God.
He ain't
I
gonna,
got you.
he ain't gonna let
Don't
you
worry
slide.
about it. I got
Good
you.
on that.
Yeah, he got a sense of humor too, boy. Big one. Yeah.
Sometimes I don't laugh, but he probably does.
I have not laughed a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Boy.
I want to add the one thing too, Ryan. Earlier in the show, you mentioned about the lack of emotion.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt that because a part of me felt like I lacked that too. And maybe a switch turns on when you have kids because I got a daughter now that I'm super emotional with and loving. And I thank God for blessing me with her because it unlocked something in me that I felt like I lost when I lost my mom, who was like so loving to me.
Yep.
So I will say, I don't know what your future look like. I don't know if you want kids one day or what they look like for you when you do find that God-fearing woman.
Oh, yeah.
But I do think kids do bring the best out of us. So
yeah, bro. To connect with that, I don't have any kids of my own, but my brother, I'm an uncle now. I got a nephew, man, and
You like him more than Chad.
bro,
that's kids, man.
It does.
They unlock stuff in
He
you.
does.
that's a tough topic in the family group chat, my boy. But bro, I think being my bad. I think being around my nephew, bro, and like even in like relationships now, like I guess you learn lessons. Like I see my older brother raising his kid, man, and it's like, bro, that's like a partnership of like raising a kid, bro, and like those are the things. Especially as I get older, I'm like those are the things we got to be locked in on. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're talking about the 2 week, the 4 week, the 6 week timeline, like maybe at this point in life that might be the regular timeline, but it's like, bro, we got to be on the same step with that, man, and like raising a kid and. You do the best you can for what you got. Like I think about my parents, like I think about myself right now is about the time my parents had me. And I'm like, bro, like that's a lot of decisions that they got to make.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of like really critical decisions. And they got, bro, if mom is saying go right and dad saying go left, bro, like,
come on.
You only adding fire, fire to a tough situation already, bro. So anyway, that's the emotional side. I think for sure with my nephew, bro, like that has, pulled that out of me a little bit. I definitely think so.
Yeah, these are nephews, your first kids, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Facts.
They're definitely your first kid.
Yeah.
And then when you have kids, you're like, I forgot all about y'all, man. Oh, my God. I got nieces and nephews. You forget the number. I'm sorry. I'm just playing that. I love y'all.
He gonna learn like us. When you do have them kids, you can have some good excuses.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I got kids, bro. Hey, I ain't gonna be able to.
We got to head to the crib.
Why the kids be the first? Hey, I got a little man today. I ain't gonna be able to.
Yeah. Ain't even got them.
Right. Ain't got no kids today.
Ain't got them. It's mama weekend. But, I can't go out, man.
Oh, man.
Nah, that's what it is. This will be the last question for me and just kind of, a good culmination of everything.
Yeah.
How do you feel your outlook from everything you've gone through? Not just the show, but growing up the way you did, the experiences you've had, going through the show, and now, having a new outlook and a new leash on life. How do you feel it's going to turn out? Truly, how do you feel the work you've put in? How do you feel that is going to show up and display to the world as this is the new Ryan Oubre? How do you feel about it now, and how do you feel like it will turn out in the future?
I'm optimistic, man. Like we were kind of talking about a little bit on the ride over here. Man, I feel over the past 3 to 4 years, bro, there's just been this tugging on my heart, from a faith-based perspective, bro. And, really getting back into a church home. Shout out to Victory, my boy, Pastor Mo, man, Dr. Kendra. I'm really thankful that it's given me a lot of optimism, man, because I feel like through all these things, it's been God pulling me a lot closer to him and focusing on him, man. And it's given me a lot of optimism and just excitement for the future, bro, because honestly, again, I'm not trying to go crazy to preach you know, on the podcast, man.
Church.
But like, if there's anything that this journey that I've been on recently has taught me, man, is like faith really holds a mirror to you. It really shouldn't be. I mean, it can be used to hold a mirror to others, but honestly, I think God asks us to look at ourselves, man, and judge ourselves and hold ourselves accountable to what His Word says. And so, through the experience of the show, through the experience of the past few years, man, it's really held a mirror and it's humbled me in a lot of ways, bro. Like, I think even on an emotional side, bro, like I get emotional thinking about the journey. I get emotional thinking about old relationships and how I treated people, bro. And it's like, there's a lot of people that you want to just say, like, I'm sorry to, bro. Like, that wasn't the best me. I'm growing. I'm developing. I hope you give me grace in those ways. And so, like, looking back at that journey, to answer your question specifically, like right now, it gives me like a lot of optimism and a lot of excitement of what will happen in the future, bro. And, you know, what does the future hold? Like, I don't know, you know, hopefully, you know, a beautiful wife, kids, you know, a loving family, bro. And, you know, it sounds corny, David Goggins-y, but like being the best me that I can be. But I truly mean that. And that people are impacted by the way that I live my life, man.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I've said it for so long. The indicator that you have gone through the dark, and I always tell people, do not run from the dark. Get there, stay there. No, because we talked about perspective. You do not know how light is until you have been in the dark. Mm. Once you are in the dark and you mosey your way out of there naturally, the biggest thing that'll let you know something has changed in you is remorse.
Bro.
That's the biggest thing that'll literally, in your spirit will not be able to fight off the remorse. And it's going to be in two ways. It's going to be apologetic. You'll be apologetic to the way you treated other people, but sometimes you can't reach them, right? So then you start to do it the second way. You start to show what you didn't do for them and to them, you do it to and for other people. So people start benefiting after you have that remorse, because a lot of times some people are dead and gone. Some people have moved away. Some people change their numbers. You can't get to everybody who you, sorry, ma, shit on, you know? Yeah. You can't. But you can do it for other people that are in your future. And that threshold, that gate, that fence that you're sitting on is a remorse fence. You can, and this is not, keep God first for sure, but keeping God first is routine. That's not routine. It should be routine. It's what you do. But that inner feeling, that following God is going to give you challenges. It's going to give you a lot of challenges. It's going to give you a lot of heartache, heartburn, and it's going to be a lot of testing. But that feeling that you have to where you say, man, I did it this way and it wasn't right. And hey, I'm sorry. Or I can't reach that person. I can't talk to that person, but the way I'm going to treat this next person is going to be my way of saying that. It's remorse, man. Remorse is the all indicator. So if you're ever wondering, hey, you know, I don't know if I've made it out of this situation, this darkness, this empty place. When you start feeling remorseful, you'll know. Bro,
there are, I would say countless, but I can think of 3 or 4 people off the top of my head where I wish I could be in a room with them and say, hey, bro, you didn't get the best version of me, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if, you know, the idea of closure. I'm not even talking about relationships. I'm talking about friendships, man.
Facts.
I think, and I'm not going to call him by name, bro. I had a best friend, bro. Grew up with this dude, man. Grew up with him my entire life, bro. And we had a falling out. I think he would say he made a mistake, and he certainly did, and he apologized for it. But I was so caught up in my emotions. I was so caught up in this cut people off, bro, and get out. You know, we're in an uncomfortable situation. Let me push this person to the side, bro. And I just cut them off, man. And we've reconciled. I've texted him, and you know all these different things. But you sit there in your heart of hearts, bro, and you're like, that wasn't the best version of me, bro.
Right.
You honestly got the worst of me. You got a selfish me, man, that couldn't see beyond this and see beyond these different things, bro. And there's and to your point, dog, like I sit here at the age of 33 and I'm like, man, like I almost feel like the rest of my life I'm in this perpetual state of humbleness and gratitude for people still seeing the best in me despite those things, bro. Right. And it's like I have so much to pay back for my immaturity and my insecurities as an adolescent, for sure. Yeah.
It's a lot of growth. It take a lot of growth to admit that.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
It do. Forgiveness or can free up yourself to be able to do that too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, remorse, forgiveness. Free yourself up so you can do it. Feel better, you know? Don't weigh all that down. Talk to me. You got anything else, bro? Good, man. Yeah? All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up here soon, but one thing we do with the guests, we usually have you look in. Where your camera at?
Yeah,
is that right there? All right. So we're going to look into the camera, and we are all about transition, right? You talked about all your transitions.
Yeah.
Going from one thing to another, point A to point B. We like to talk about when you have either your younger self or if you have a child, you're your child. But in this case, you would talk to your younger self, but speak to that camera and speak to, you know, the inevitable transitions that a person is going to go through and how they need to navigate, not specifically, but how they need to foundationally prepare themselves for any and every transition that is imminent, that is going to come, but to make the best out of the situations, to learn from it the most based on your own experiences. So do that for a little bit, and
y'all boys locked in with these questions, my boy.
A little bit.
I watched a couple episodes. I didn't see everybody do this, bro.
Everybody did it
today.
Y'all did.
Everybody did everything.
For real? Yeah, you look in the camera.
You know, but every guest didn't do the Q&A. But every guest did
the Q&A. You're right.
Transitional.
That's crazy. Yeah. Y'all acting unusual. That's crazy. All right, man. I'm talking to myself, right? I'm talking
to your you're talking to your future child. You're talking to your younger self. You're talking to a kid out there that's listening. You're talking to an adult out there that's going through some things.
Yeah, man.
You know?
All right, bro. The first thing that I would tell you to younger self, future listener, future kid, whatever it is you don't need to please anybody. The only person that you need to please is the man up above. You need to start there. Secondarily, man, it is okay to be yourself. It is okay to see yourself fall. You are going to fail. You're undoubtedly going to fail. There's no need to hide it. There's no need to try to run away from it. There's no need to try to shy away from it, because failure is going to make you who you are. While you fail, though, give yourself grace and understanding that the toughest challenges that you ever had in your life, man, those are things that are going to grow you and challenge you and develop you to be the man you are. Along that way, I would tell you, it's okay to be emotional. It's okay that dudes cry. You're going to cry a lot, 30 to 34, in public and in private places. And that's okay. It's okay to tell women how you feel. You should tell them how you feel more early and often. And you're going to find somebody that understands you in that, and you're going to be truly known as a human. And don't shy away from it. Lean into it. Be vulnerable. Probably get your heart broken once or twice. That's all right. You know, I finally got my heart broken at 33. It took me long enough, but you know, it probably needed to happen to humble me a little bit. But that's okay, because at the end of it, bro, you're gonna be thankful for the man that you become. You're gonna be thankful for the parents that guided you along the way, and you're gonna be thankful to God for the life that He gave you.
Nice.
That's it, yeah.
That's it.
Big dog, I appreciate you, man.
No doubt.
I appreciate you coming. It did. It did. We were talking about it, but I appreciate you coming in. And that's one of the bigger displays of transition I think we've had on here. You know, going from start to finish and then throwing in the social aspect and everything. So we needed that. The viewers needed that. That's what we do, man. Transition development. That's what we do. You got anything, bro?
Gucci, man. Appreciate you coming through, bro.
No doubt,
my dog. Hey, we did it again. And I promise you today, a buck was kept. Definitely. Love y'all, man. We out. Wow.
Wasn't that emotional on the show, huh?
Wow. Wow.
What up, guys?
We are getting out of here. Kick us out, Louis. Ooh, wow. That was, wow.
That one, yeah.
It's your boy Jarvis Williams, a.k.a. Mr. Six. Hey, do me a favor. I need you to like. I need you to comment. I need you to subscribe. I need you to share. I need you to click that notification button. So when we post a new video, the banner come down and you can see it on your phone. We appreciate all y'all support. We love y'all. And make sure you stay keeping it a buck. All right? Let's go.